I'm telling you, Joey, it was just mates.
You and my fiancée are just mates.
I can't help it if Tina talks to me, can I?
You look at each other. I've seen you looking at each other. In the feathers.
And?
You know what I'm talking about, Darren?
I don't, I honestly don't. And what are we doing up here, anyway?
We're on a reconnoitre.
A reconnoitre? What do you mean we're on a reconnoitre? Never seen a wood up here before. You sure this is a pass up to Willy Howe?
Can't you just shut up for 5 seconds?
What are you asking? Yeah, maybe we should go back.
Well, you can go if you want.
What's that?
Where?
Looks like an opening in the path. It's not right, that.
He's here.
Who's here? Is that a door in the hill? Looks like a door opening. How can that be? Joey!
Come on! Open sesame!
Don't go too near it!
Open sesame!
Joey!
He's here, Darren.
Who's here? Is this a reconnoitre?
Mr. Mulvey!
What? Come back, Joey! Oh my God, who's that? Joey? Joey?
Of all the tales told on these islands, few are as strange as that of William Palmer. Cursed apparently on the road to Canterbury in the spring of 1185 for denying the presence of the other world by the king of the grey folk or fairy himself, and compelled to walk from that day to this between the worlds of magic and of men, and subsequently known in all the strange and wonderful lore attributed to the mysterious William Palmer as Pilgrim.
A bear?
Paws the size of Christmas hams.
Here in Durnley?
Just off the square.
Did it dance?
Not for money. No, Davy kept the poor thing behind his bread shop. Saved it in '62. What shall I do with the pegs?
In the pot, please. You really don't have to help me with the washing, Mr. Palmer.
William. Or Billy, if you prefer. Always had a good heart, Davy. Lovely singing voice.
Well, I've got you there, William. Because I were 12 in '62, and if there was a bear in Durnley, I'd have heard about it.
How about 1662?
Knew you were having me on. So, what brings you to Durnley?
There's an old fella I've come to see.
Anyone I might know?
I very much doubt it. It's a nice garden, this.
It's a cosy little house. Good for council. And I just want to thank you again for what you did in the spa.
Oh, forget it.
Bloody kids.
You get a lot of that?
What?
Name calling.
Water off a duck's back.
Why'd they call you?
Why do they call me a witch?
It's an odd word to use.
I'll tell you this for nothing. I've met some witches in my time, and they're among the nicest women I have ever met.
They are?
And they're not all weird and wild-looking, not by a long shot. There's a woman in Dorset, wears a twin set and pearls. Doris, her name is. Doris,
Lister.
You know her?
Lives just outside a tall puddle. Why did those boys taunt you?
Mind yourself on the door there. And thanks. Thanks for bringing us home.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You seem sad, William.
Do I?
Something the matter?
Well, I lost a friend recently.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't mean to pry. Where shall I put these sheets?
Leave them on the side. You got kids, William?
No. You?
A boy. Joey. How is it you know Doris Lister?
She'd got herself mixed up in a bit of a nasty business.
With who?
More of a what?
Do you think things happen for a reason?
It depends.
On what?
On the reason.
7 years ago, to the month, my Joey disappeared.
I'm very sorry to hear.
Everyone assumes he buggered off to Leeds. Apart from those kids who think I've got him locked away somewhere. Do you want a coffee? It's only instant. I used to do real. I used to love real. And then Sam went and smashed the cafetiere.
Sam?
Bloke I lived with after Joey's dad passed away. Him and Joey were always fighting. Fist fights. Right here in this kitchen. And then one day Sam got so mad he threw the cafetiere across the kitchen. Left that very night. That's why I keep Instant. Instant's okay for me. Yes, Instant. I've never been involved in anything like this. It's not who I am. Not how I was brought up.
You've lost me, Noreen.
Joey's upstairs.
He came home.
Never left. You can see him if you like.
See him?
You see, a man who's helped Doris Lister must be worth a shot at helping me. You can help me, can't you?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
These last 7 years, I've met witches, warlocks, mediums, psychics, you name it. And none of them could do anything. Not one. Not even Doris. And I'm at my wit's end here.
God, I don't know what you think I could do. I'm a book dealer. I really ought to be heading back to Bridlington.
Right, well, I thank you for the lift. But I've got things I ought to be getting on with. So have you. So, Mr. Palmer.
Lead the way.
What?
Let's go and see Joey. Huh? He's up these stairs, is he?
Nobody knows he's here. And nobody must know you've seen him, please.
You have my word.
Perhaps we should go downstairs. Forget the whole thing.
Are those hawthorns growing around the door?
There he is. There's my boy.
Oh, my. Oh, my, my, my.
Joey Thurlow.
Now, you were mates, weren't you, Darren?
And?
Nothing.
What did you say your name was?
Palmer. William Palmer.
And you're a friend of Noreen's?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've never heard of you.
What did you ask?
Hey.
You busy?
You are?
Here in the garage. Do you get much trade?
Enough. Is Joey in trouble?
What?
What's something happened to him?
Joey's disappeared.
Joey's been gone a long time. And good riddance. Now, if there's no else, I've work to do.
Of course. Forgive me. Thank you, Darren. Why good riddance?
What?
Why did you say and good riddance?
Look, Mr. Palmer, I don't know who you are, but you ask anyone around here about Joey Thurlow and they'll tell you the same thing. It were bad news.
Bad news.
Trouble.
Well, then you weren't mates.
I think I've said all I want to say on the matter. Thank you.
Sorry to take up your time.
Cans and worms, Mr. Palmer.
Cans and worms?
Best left on the shelf.
I'll bear that in mind, Darren. He never said if he'd got mixed up with anyone strange, did he?
Strange how?
I don't know. I was hoping you might tell me. Never mentioned a name.
Are we done here?
Good talking to you, Darren.
Who is this Mr. Palmer, anyway?
I told you, I met him in the spa. Those two Farson boys are in there as well.
They weren't calling you names, were they?
William put a stop to that.
I've a good mind to go around and talk to their parents, I really have. William, eh?
You should have seen the way he spoke to them. Little buggers backed out of there pretty sharpish. And he's much too young for me, if that's what you're thinking.
I'm not thinking anything. I'm just intrigued.
He said he might be able to help. With Joey.
He's not another of your crazies, is he?
Tina!
Morning, Noreen.
Morning, Mr. Spursby.
Oh, chill in the air. Definitely a chill in the air.
Certainly is. I don't want to talk about this on the street.
Don't you think things are best left?
Best left?
With Joey in that?
No, Tina, I don't. I don't. I really don't. Whatever it is that's happened to him has to end. It has to. And I don't know why I think it, but William's the best chance Joey's ever had. And I'm not going to waste it. Now, if that's too hard for you to understand, Tina, then I'd be happier we never talked about him again. Ever.
How's Joey's hair?
Needs a trim.
I'll come round later. After work today, maybe.
Won't Darren kick up a fuss?
Darren will be feet up in front of the telly.
He must never know about Joey, Tina.
And he won't. As far as Darren's concerned, the less said about Joey, the better.
He's never even wondered where he is.
As far as Darren's concerned, there is no Joey. So there's nothing to worry about.
I'll see you later, then.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm glad, Noreen.
Glad.
Glad you got someone looking out for him.
Of course I knew Joey. Everyone used to call him Portable. Pint?
Orange juice.
As you like. £2, please.
Portable.
On account of his accident. None of the locals meant any harm by it. It was just a bit of fun.
What accident?
Did Noreen not tell you?
No.
You a relative?
A friend.
He's not got himself into trouble in Leeds, has he?
I don't think so.
Because if there were ever a person to sniff out a ruck, then that person was Joey Thurlow. He's in Leeds, isn't he?
Tell me some more about this accident, Les.
Like I said, he was out in Iraq. First time round. Like to make out he was a bit of a hero.
Was he?
Of course he wasn't. Got flown home, injured.
Injured? How?
She didn't tell you, did she?
No.
He was setting up these portable toilets. And the bloke driving the forklift knocks one over. Breaks Joey's leg. Flew him straight back.
Right.
It didn't set right or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was the end of his army career.
So what did he do
Do?
when he got back here?
Worked up at the cemetery with Abel Jaggs.
Abel Jaggs.
The grave digger. No love lost between those two.
Sorry?
Used to drive old Jaggs mad. But that was the fun of it. The odd couple, I used to call them.
And Darren?
Darren?
Darren Henthorne. They were mates, weren't they?
You've been doing your homework, Mr. Palmer. Used to follow Joey around like a puppy.
A puppy?
Worshipped the ground he walked on. Till he went off with Joey's girlfriend. You sure Joey's not in trouble?
Oh, positive. I'm just trying to help Noreen track him down.
He's not in Leeds, then?
Thanks for this.
Another orange juice?
Oh. No, I'd best be on my way. Thank you, Les.
As you like.
All right, Noreen.
Oh, hi, Darren. You couldn't help me with these bags, could you?
Hi, Darren.
Some of the matter, love?
Who's your friend?
My friend.
William Palmer.
Did he speak to you?
Yeah, he spoke to me.
And?
And I don't like it.
He's just trying to help.
Why can't you leave this be, Noreen?
Excuse me?
Joey's gone. He's buggered off, and that's the end of it. And if that bloke Palmer ever comes round me again, you can tell him to watch out.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Piss off, Darren. You don't fool anybody.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know full well. Now, I'd like to get home.
No, I
if
don't.
It's all the
No.
same to you. It means, Darren, that you were the last person to see Joey before he went. Before he disappeared.
So?
So why don't you tell me what went on that night?
Nothing went on.
No one believes you, Darren. Never have.
Thanks for agreeing to see me, Tina.
Sorry it had to be here.
It's as good a place as any. And I like to watch the trains go by.
It's just, I don't want Darren to know we met.
No?
He gets jealous.
Like Joey got jealous.
Noreen told you, did she?
Sounds as if Joey was quite a handful.
You could say that. Yeah, you could.
It'll be autumn soon. Must be nice here in autumn.
You know I know, don't you? About Joey. The state he's in.
When did you find out?
Noreen told me. About a year after it happened.
Does it distress you?
To see him lying there, like a vegetable. What do you think?
I think Darren knows more than he's letting on.
about what happened.
You won't get any sense out of Darren.
Don't you think you should tell him?
And what? Watch him explode?
Well, they were best mates, weren't they?
Aye, for a while they were.
And you and Joey went out together, didn't you?
We were engaged, as you clearly know.
So what happened?
Look, it was all a long time ago, and I really think it's best left where it is.
But what about Joey?
I don't know what happened to Joey. I can't even think about it.
Was he mixed up with anyone odd?
Odd?
Anyone involved with, say, magic?
Magic?
Yes, Tina, magic.
Sorry, Mr. Palmer, I've got to go.
I'm trying to help, but I can't do that unless I know what happened to Joey the night he changed.
Look, Mr. Palmer, I love my husband, and I'm sorry for what happened with Joey, but I can't regret it. I won't regret it.
You left Joey for Darren.
I'm sorry. Really. Bye.
Bye, Tina, and thanks.
I don't think we should speak again.
Well, if you change your mind, I'll be up at the graveyard.
The graveyard?
With Abel Jaggs.
Of course I knew Joey Thurlow. Worked with him for 5 years, didn't I? Each year lazier than the last. Hey, you please, Mr. Palmer.
Just a friend. So, no love lost then?
Huh?
Between you and Joey?
Born bloody idle. Him a soldier, Iraq this, Iraq that. Even tried to make out he was SAS. SAS me backside like he was some sort of hero. And heroes don't act like that, do they? Watch yourself there, man.
Like what?
Like hooligans.
Must be eerie sometimes. Working up here. Ancient churchyard like this.
Sound like Joey.
He was interested in all that, was he?
Obsessed. When he weren't banging on about his daring do's, he were banging on about ley lines, crop circles, UFOs, you name it. Poor Noreen. Even got to the point where...
Yes.
You sure you're a friend?
On my honour.
He claimed he was being haunted. Bloody madness, if you ask me.
Haunted?
By someone called Mulvey.
Mulverhair?
Don't know him, do you?
So what did you talk about then?
Finish your tea, Darren.
Well?
This and that. Joey mainly.
And what did you tell him?
That you and him were mates.
What is it with that woman dredging it up all over and over?
She's desperate.
About what?
About finding a boy.
Well, doesn't she know where he is then?
What's that supposed to mean?
You and Noreen hiding something, and you have been for years.
Just let it go, Darren.
Oh, with some bloke walking around Durnley asking questions about me.
I just don't see why every time Joey comes up in conversation, you have to go off on one. Now finish your tea.
Because I don't like it. Which part of I don't like it don't you understand?
Don't talk like the telly, Darren. It doesn't suit you.
Just tell me what you talked about, Tina, and cut the crap! Where are you going?
Out.
We're off to see Noreen.
It's none of your business.
Or have you another tete-a-tete with Mr. Palmer planned?
See you later, Darren.
What? Tina! Ah!
Did Joey ever walk out to Willy Howe?
Willy, Howe, Dromgoole, Howe, all the earthworks round here. Him and Darren Enthorn.
Darren went with him.
Pair of them were always looning about. Taking drugs, oh yes. And then Joey got deluded.
Deluded?
By all this Mulvey business. Well, you live around here long enough, you hear all the stories. Ghostly coaches, black dogs, blokes being seduced under the hill. Means nothing to me, of course, as far as I'm concerned. Once you're in the hole, you're out of the race. But if places have an atmosphere like up here, the weak-minded get susceptible.
A person like Joey.
And he wouldn't take any suggestion of help. Because it weren't just our Mr. Mulvey that was bothering him. Look, I've got to get this grave dug before I lose the light.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Suit this off. In Iraq.
In Iraq?
Something happened to him.
He told you?
Not exactly.
Then what exactly?
I'm number one in here, Liz.
As you like.
It's quiet tonight.
Aye. That man catch up with you yet? Palmer?
He's been in here.
Told him what a right pair you and Portable were. Way back when, of course. My car ready yet?
Friday at latest.
Odd-looking bloke, isn't he? Something raggedy about him.
See you later, Liz.
But what about this pint?
Later.
As you like.
Smashed it.
Right against the wall. Spaghetti everywhere.
We should have told Darren, Tina. Years ago.
I don't know what's right anymore, Noreen. Got a newspaper?
Look at him. Just lying there. Oblivious to it all. You were good for him. You were.
Maybe you should hold his head up.
I know he got some strange notions in his head, I do. But he was such a gorgeous kid. When he were little. Kind. I should have done more. After he come back. I should have.
To the left a bit.
I mean, for Joey to be lying here for 7 years. No food, no water. Looking exactly the same as he did. That's not natural, Tina. That's supernatural. And I know Darren knows.
Darren knows what?
How did you get in here, Darren?
Someone left the back door up. Oh, my God.
Stay on the landing, Darren.
What are you doing, Tina?
Cutting his hair, what's it look like?
What's the matter with him?
Thought you might be able to help us with that.
Where did all these thorns come from?
Search me.
How long's he been like this?
7 years.
7 years.
Ever since the night we don't talk about, Darren.
So why don't you tell us?
I'll tell you what.
About whatever weird crap you and Joey had got yourself involved with.
You said he was in Leeds, Noreen.
And it was Mr. Mulverhay?
What did you say?
I've heard you, Darren. In your sleep.
You lied to me. You both lied to me. What are these thorns doing?
Who's the liar, Darren?
Oh, get away from me, Tina. Take my hand, Tina.
I can't.
Be careful, Darren.
Why didn't you tell us?
Your face is bleeding.
Well, Darren.
He said it was a reconnoiter. That's what he said, a reconnoiter.
Right.
Where are you going?
To find Mr. Palmer.
And what am I supposed to do?
Go after Darren.
I can't leave Joey. Not like this.
Just do it, please.
What are you doing over there, Mr. Palmer?
This path here,
What about it?
it leads to Willy Howe, doesn't it?
That's the old corpse road, aye.
And what happened here?
Oh, it used to be a big thicket of hawthorns, right where you are.
Hawthorns?
Oh, beautiful they were, all knotted up. Yeah, been there forever.
And what happened?
Joey Thurlow happened. Well, this was years ago, when he first started. There was a shoot down in the dale there. As soon as the first shots went off, Joey went mad, yelling, shouting, running about. Then he catches his hands on the hawthorns. What does he do? Takes the digger to it, like a bloody madman. But that's how I knew he'd had a bad experience in the desert. The way he went off on one. Like he took what happened with the hawthorns personal. Like he had to rip them all out by their roots.
You wouldn't have liked that, would you?
Who wouldn't?
But you never found out what happened to him in Iraq?
Just that I know he suffered. Right, well, I'm off home. And I'd urge you to do the same.
Good night, Mr. Jaggs, and thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mulverhay. It's been a long while.
Mr. Palmer!
Tina?
You've got to help us.
What's happened?
Darren's seen Joey.
When?
This evening.
Willy Howe's this way, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Good.
Oh, hold up there, Mr. Palmer.
Come along, Tina, we haven't got all night.
All these years I've lived here, and I've never once been up to Willy Howe.
Well, not even with Joey.
Especially not with Joey. Certainly not the moonlight.
Tell me more about the thorns.
Well, it's like they were alive, thrashing about all over the place.
And Joey?
He just lay there, oblivious.
Oh, good.
Good.
We're expected.
Who's there?
Where's Tina gone, Noreen?
I've been looking all over for you, Darren.
Where is she?
She went to find William. Come inside the house a minute.
All these years he's been up here, and you never told me. Never said.
What happened to Joey, Darren? The truth, son, please.
Evening, Noreen.
Abel.
Have you seen Tina, Mr. Jaggs?
As a matter of fact, I have. She was up at the churchyard with that bloke Palmer. Looked to me as if they're both up on a hike, up to Willy Howe.
Willy Howe.
Mad if you ask me.
See you later, Noreen.
Something I said.
Is that a wood, Mr. Palmer?
Looks like it.
Oh, I've never heard anything about a wood being here.
We're very close.
Who are you, Mr. Palmer?
Willy, please, I'm a book dealer.
So what was that about magic, then?
He'll call me Pilgrim.
Who will?
Mr. Mulverhay.
Mr. Mulverhay?
A very old and very dangerous spirit, and he's been hereabouts a very long time.
You one of Noreen's weirdos?
No.
So what's the tattoo, then?
It's a palm leaf. It's a sign of one who walks to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem?
I had it done in 1198.
What?
Look, I know it's difficult, but you have to trust me.
Trust you?
There is another realm, and together we stand on its threshold.
Tina!
I must say I do admire you, Darren.
What?
Keeping the subterfuge up for all these years. Tell me, which one of you gallants saw him first?
Come on, Tina. And you, get your big nose out of my business.
She's a pretty little thing, huh? Quite the prize.
I am still here.
Look, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but this is not the place to have this conversation. Oh my God, look at those thorns.
You dream about him much. If I'm not mistaken, once seen, never forgotten. Not old Mulverhay.
Stop saying his name.
Why ever not? I've business with him myself.
What sort of business?
Never you mind.
Oh, Darren!
I'd take your hands off me if I were you.
Not until it... You're pricking my arm! Tina!
Oh, don't hurt him.
Out with it!
It was a laugh. That's all. It's just a laugh.
Well, I doubt Joey's laughing.
I thought he was making it up. All that Mulverhay stuff.
Had he spoken about him before?
He was always talking about him. Said Mr. Mulverhay had made him promises. I told him he shouldn't eat the food. I told him.
The food?
The food we saw the night... Ah, you're breaking my arm!
The night you...
The night we went under the hill!
The night you what?
Thought I must have been tripping. Had some bad weed or something. But Joey was ecstatic. Running around like a nutter. Yelling open sesame and stuff like that. And that's when the wood appeared. Forest of thorns. Just like it is now.
Go on, Darren.
And Joey went under.
Under the hill?
What was I supposed to do? He was my mate, wasn't he?
And you followed him?
And it was mad. Like a huge town of thorns. And all this food were laid out. Tons of it, just like in story.
What story?
The legend of Willy Howe. He must have told you.
No.
Joey was mad for that story. He kept going on about it. He wouldn't stop. Only now we were the travellers going under the hill. But I knew not to touch the food. I knew it from story. I says to Joey, but Joey was stuffing his face. Look, I really want to get out of here, Palmer.
Finish the story, Darren.
I'm sorry, Tina.
Just finish it.
And the next thing we know, this music kicks off. And Joey were right in there, doing this crazy dancing that used to get him thrown out of clubs. I yelled out for him to stop, I did.
Couldn't you dragged him out of there?
Well, you know what he was like when he went off for one. It meant me joining too. And then
And then?
Mulvey was there. Oldest man I ever saw, face it was like bark. And he says we both deserved a great reward for dancing so gracefully. Only it wasn't graceful. It were wild. Like we were two mad dogs. And Joey says, what reward's this then? Like he knew him, like he expected something.
Was it a wish apiece?
How do you know that?
What did Joey wish for, Darren?
I don't want him back. Messing everything up. And neither do you, Tina. You know you don't.
What did he wish for?
He wished he were brave again. Like he used to be. Big, brave Joey. King of the wild frontier.
Oh, and you?
It's happening again. Isn't it?
Is that a door? How can a door be opening in the hill?
You've got to get away from here, Tina.
I'm not going anywhere.
I can't do this, I can't.
It will never end. For any of you. In or out, Darren. You decide.
Did you say something, Joey? Joey? You gave me quite a scare. Yes, you did. And Mr. Palmer's going to help you. Yes, he is. He's going to help all of us. So don't you worry, sweetheart. No, you mustn't be scared of Mr. Palmer. You mustn't. He's the man that came to see you the other day. Oh, my God. Joey. It's me, love. Mum. What are you trying to say? Joey.
And once upon a bloodlit moon, and twice upon a bloodlit moon, and thrice again, but not too soon for dancing neath the bloodlit moon.
What are you doing, Palmer?
Making light. Ah, that's much better.
It's that smell. That dead earth smell.
I don't like this.
I told you not to come.
These old eyes deceive me, Pilgrim.
Joey.
As I live and breathe, Mr. Mulvey.
That's not Mr. Mulvey.
That's Joey.
How long has it been?
400 hot blood years.
400 what? What's he talking about, Tina?
How should I know? Oh, it's really beautiful in here, isn't it? Really beautiful.
Don't look at it. Don't be tempted by it.
What?
Embrace me, Pilgrim.
Pilgrim?
He calls him that.
And is that Mr. Darren
All right, Joey.
and the fair Tina?
Charmed, I'm sure.
I would speak with you, my lord.
Then walk with me.
I'll be as quick as I can.
You're not leaving us here.
Pilgrim.
On my way, my lord.
Look at all this lovely food here.
Pilgrim!
I could eat it all.
You've got to stay away from all that.
And that music. I've never heard such music.
You've got to fight it, Tina.
It looks delicious, doesn't it?
I must say, I take it hard to see your kingdom so changed, my lord.
It's all desolation. Even the thorns have lost their luster. But having this young hotblood with me is a small compensation.
Is Joey alive in there?
Alive, oh. A strong young body to run around in. Lifts the spirits.
But where are your kinsfolk?
Gone to the summer Barrows.
You didn't go with them?
What is our business?
I seek the old man of Arimathea.
Still hoping someone will help you die, eh?
I seek his counsel.
You seek to revoke your gift as bestowed upon you by the king. Old Joseph's gone.
Gone where?
How should I know?
You are the Lord of Thorns. And I did not ask for this gift.
Ever the ingrate, eh, Pilgrim?
If you'll not help me, then I beg you, release this man.
Still breaking your heart over meaningless clods, I see.
Joey Thurlow did not know the meaning of what he did.
He tore up my most beloved bush.
Could not have known the significance of the churchyard thorns.
Well, I can assure you he knows it now.
I could instruct him, help him make amends.
How wearisome you are. Blessed with the knowledge of 1,000 years, still bleating on.
I have not complained.
Perhaps not today, but in the past. Oh, please release me. Oh, please let me free. Let me meet my God. When I think of all those that have begged on their hands and knees for the gift of eternal life we chose to bestow on you.
It is not what I asked for.
But it is what you have. Popes and emperors, Pilgrim. Popes and emperors. The old man of Arimathea can no more help you than the wind can help you drown.
I could guide you to the summer barrows. I could help you.
Think I don't know my way to them?
I think that you are angry, my lord.
As you would be if you had failed your kinsfolk. As you would be if you had allowed the hot-bloods to dishonor you.
It was one hawthorn bush.
My most precious hawthorn bush. Once upon a time they all knew, all the hot bloods, what they could take and what they must leave alone.
So you dishonor yourself with self-pity.
Pilgrim.
Why, you will not even do me the honor of meeting me face to face. Just use this stupid hot blood as your puppet. But hear this. I shall spread the word to all the grey folk, both above and below, that the Lord of Thorns was too ashamed to show his true face to Pilgrim. Joey?
Who the hell are you?
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim? You want to save this loathsome hot blood?
At last we meet, my lord.
Well, if you want him, then you must win him. Win me.
For the last time, Tina, don't touch the food.
How are you going to stop me, Darren?
Just put the apple down. Please, love.
I'd do as he says if I were you, Tina.
Where have you been, Palmer?
And why shouldn't she eat Mr. Darren?
Mr. Mulvey.
He's looking in the pink, isn't he, Joey?
He's looking like the two-faced jackanapes he always was.
One bite of the apple and Miss Tina will be here forever. Think of it, dear Joey. Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. You've got to stop him, Palmer.
Mr. and Mrs.
You could liberate yourself tonight.
They betrayed us. A pair of them.
What are you talking about, betrayed? Oh, he does look funny, doesn't he?
You ever told her what you wished for that night, Darren?
You shut your mouth, Joey.
Come on, Darren. What did you wish for?
Come on, Darren. Tell her.
What do I say, Palmer?
The truth would be good.
Can't do it, can you? I loved her, you know. Loved her with all my heart. So come on, Darren. Out with it.
You're all I ever wished for, Tina. You're all I ever wanted.
You wished for me? That's sweet. But you had me anyway, silly Darren.
Come along, Miss Tina. One little bite.
Please, Tina, put the apple down.
Nag, nag, nag.
That's right, Tina love. You take a bite, and we'll be safe. You and I. Safe from harm, like we always said.
Good, Joey, good.
Is this your idea of bravery, Joey?
Eh?
Because it don't seem that brave to me, trying to bury that poor girl down here with you. Or are you too scared to let her free?
I'm not scared of anything. Not anymore.
Forever will be a game.
So tell me, Joey, tell me true. What burned you most?
I don't like you, mate.
Losing Tina or losing Tina to Darren?
You want to watch that mouth of yours, Pilgrim?
Another disaster in a catalogue of disasters. Just another letdown. I mean, what could you possibly have to live for anyway, Portable?
What did you call me?
Let down by the army, mocked at home, betrayed, abandoned, hopeless. I can see why living here in this rancid dung heap might appeal.
Pilgrim.
I'll smash your bloody face in.
Ah, there's the Portable we know and love.
Don't let him sway you, Joey.
The hill has made a coward of you.
It made me brave.
And now you would dupe this poor girl as you were duped. Very brave.
Make him shut up, my lord.
The power rests with you, dear Joey. But one bite and the girl is yours. And we'll be happy. And you will be our valiant protector.
Valiant protector. That sounds nice.
She's gonna bite it, Joey.
Of course I'm gonna bite it.
And what am I supposed to do?
Listen to Palmer, to Pilgrim, stop her!
But I want her. I want her here with me.
She's not yours to take, Joey.
Want.
What?
We both messed up that night we came down here. You can't want to make the same mistake again, so stop her, please.
How?
Just do it!
I can't.
Now!
Hey, my apple! What are you doing, Joey?
It's all right, I've got you, Tina.
Damn it.
Well done, Joey.
The times we might have had, dear Joey. The larks.
Think we ought to be leaving, don't you? Come on, Darren.
Can we just get out of here now, please?
I won't forgive this pilgrim.
You had your sport, my lord. May your road lead you home to the summer barrows.
Pilgrim!
Pilgrim?
That was the word he said, and then he opened his eyes. What did he mean by that?
Search me. And the thorns?
Just disappeared.
Mr. Jaggs!
You again, Palmer?
We brought someone to see you.
All right, Abel.
Joey?
The one and only.
Where on earth did they find you? And what are you doing with the thorn bush?
Where's the place you wanted this planted, Billy?
It's by the yellow gravestone. It's the same place as the last one.
Right.
Did council give permission?
A few old thorns, Abel. Where's the arm?
It's good knowing you, Mr. Jaggs.
Are you off then? No, not like that, Joey.
I think I know how to dig a hole.
Wait there.
So, it's back to the books then.
Back to the books.
You can't stay longer.
I'm late as it is. Does Joey remember anything?
Nothing.
And all the changes, Darren and Tina?
Took it in his stride. Even wished him well. I was amazed. We'll never forget you, will you?
We'll see.
You gonna stand over me like that?
I'm just looking.
Be seeing you, Noreen.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
Will you please tell him to back off me?
Don't speak to Mr. Jaggs like that.
And a very good morning to you, my lord.
I am disappointed in you, Pilgrim.
Until we meet again, Mr. Mulverhay.
There is news of the old man of Arimathea.
News?
But time is short, and he grows so very old.
What news?
So very weary. Adieu, Pilgrim. Adieu.
Mr. Mulverhay. Mr. Mulverhay!
In Part 2 of Pilgrim by Sebastian Bonchkiewicz. Pilgrim was played by Paul Hilton, Noreen by Trisha Kelly, Darren Robert Lonsdale, and Tina by Jill Cardo. Joey was Benjamin Askew, Mulverhay and Les Paul Ryder, Jaggs was Malcolm Tierney, and the girl was Agnes Bateman. Pilgrim was directed by Jessica Dromgoole